Well, well, well. Okay, I'm honestly very surprised that all of you guys do not have guilty pleasures. I thought the only person that applied to was my mom. So, it does not apply to me. Usually during a long shower, I will always start thinking about India. So, oh well. I don't know what you guys, how you feel about tarot cards or whatever. I like to pretend I think that they're bullshit, but every single time I've gotten my cards read, the result has been the same, which is that I have too many internalized rules and need to get over them. So I don't know. Hopefully it's just reliable bullshit or something, or it's real. So I was thinking about my mom's guilty pleasure, since I don't have children, and I can't really tell if she's ever experienced guilt, and what she will admit that she takes pleasure in. My mom, one of her favorite things to do is point out who's obese, but I don't think, for her, I think it's more like she's clarifying for the court, or she doesn't feel guilty, for example, telling me like, well, your hair smells like garbage. Truly, she thinks she's doing a service. She's like, that's not insulting. Your father's scalp smells like garbage. There's something wrong with your skin. You have to wash your hair every day. She enjoys FaceTiming me. Oh, like she'll FaceTime before she'll call. Unfortunately, I taught her FaceTime, so I feel terrible about that. She enjoys reviewing my haircut, reviewing my glasses if they've changed, reviewing whatever she can see in the back of the frame. She doesn't see that at all as like, I wonder why she rarely picks up my FaceTime calls. You know, there's a long history of critique, we'll just say that. But again, no guilt there at all. And the stuff that she won't admit that she likes kind of doing that kind of thing. I've come to learn, and my father has as well, that she feels better kind of like once she can just get through a lot of things. Like, you know, when they came to visit, the first thing she did was insult my welcome mat, which was almost comical. That's interesting, it's a little busy. It's not, it's red with like one green stripe. That's accurate. I wanted to tell the story of the one time that I know my mom, the one thing I know my mom took pleasure in and feels guilty about. There is I think really exactly this singular story. So, because she loves plants, and I think that in her mind, that's a perfect, like if she dies and is next to someone, you know, with St. Peter and describes how much she loves plants, she knows that she will be better than the person next to her. You know what I mean? Like, she would have helped plant the Garden of Eden. So this is the story of the time my mom set off a bomb, kind of. So we lived in a subdivision in small town Indiana. There were 3 stoplights, no movie theater. There was a Dairy Queen. And we lived in one of those subdivisions, so like if you looked at it from the air, you would see like very planned out, you know, cul-de-sacs. And if you imagine like taking a kind of a millipede with a lot of legs and hooking it up, that was kind of, we lived off of one of the legs. So, on our street, it was, you know, all planned out, little parcels of land and stuff. And our backyard, there was a creek running between our backyard and then the backyard of the people across the way. So if you were down by the creek, you couldn't really see anybody's head. Now, and it sloped down, you know what I'm saying? So our backyard, which my mom once decided to take a saucer down when she was well into middle age. No guilt about that either. It was pretty odd. It sloped enough so she could do it. Something was going on there. We had like a backyard, and then all around it were kind of woods. And forever that was just woods. My mom's also very sensitive to caffeine. I mean, extremely, like cocaine. Like, if she drinks coffee, she gets like, and then starts cleaning like crazy. So you could really imagine her like walking straight through a wall or something when she's had coffee or caffeine at all. Everyone knows that. If that ever happens, everybody leaves the house. So my mom decided, she's very determined, she decided that she was going to have a garden back in those woods. Now this was like, at some point it was a very hot, very dry, no wind kind of day. And for some reason, none of us were home. I imagine she had had coffee, my dad took us to the movies. So single-handedly, she like ripped out everything that was, you know, not going to be involved in the planning process out in these woods. Ripped it all out, so she had a giant pile of like, you know, dried twigs and whatever. So probably bigger, probably like twice as wide as this thing, this rug thing. She did all that. God damn it, she was gonna burn it. Okay? So remember, this is back down by that creek. So she has it all piled, and she goes up. We're like a goddammit family, if you know what that means. Like, goddammit, I'm gonna get that gasoline and I'm gonna burn that goddamn pile. So what she did, she got it, she poured gas all over it. Then she thought to herself, I am responsible, there's a rule involved here. I will dig around this and form a moat. So, but she didn't want the fire to spread. So all around this big square thing, she digs this moat, right? But then she decides, I have to put water in the moat because there's dirt, but it might jump, who knows? So she gets the hose and she starts filling the moat with water and has the hose running. Then she decides, all right, it's time. So she goes, gets her matches, lights a match, throws it on the pile, at which point a gigantic fireball goes boom! And like rips through the top of the trees. So loud it sounded like someone dropped like a full train car on cement. So loud that all of the neighbors in this quiet little subdivision heard. My mom was like terrified, also worried that it was going to burn all the trees on the way up, that it would catch fire, that it would all spread, everything. So she starts frantically trying to spray it with water, at which point she hears the fire trucks come. Because it was so, everyone heard it. So the fire trucks start driving all around the looking for where the source of it is. No one knows, because she's down by the creek, right? The whole time she just thought, oh, God damn it, God damn it, God damn it. And then somehow they stop and find her and figure out where it was from. And all the firemen come running down the backyard in full regalia, thinking they're going to have to stop, like, you know, whatever, burning the subdivision down or whatever. And all she said was, I know, I shouldn't be doing this. I know. And because what had happened was, it was such a hot day that the gas like evaporated from the pile of sticks, but all in one solid mass. So when she threw it, she hit it right in the middle of this gas cloud because her moat took too long. So, and this is the one story that if you ask her about it, like everything else that she's done, she flooded our laundry room to the point that the floor sagged. She got mad about the cereal and a bunch of all this. No one was eating the Chex Mix. She got mad that no one was, and she did, and it was moths. None of that she'll take responsibility for. She'll say like, well, the sink should have had an extra drain in it. You guys should have eaten that cereal faster. And this is the only story where she says, that was just so scary.